We will start with Omkaras. We put the Sutimara. We will chant Durga Suktam today. So as Durga Puja is coming up, Navratri is coming. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gananam Ganapati Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspadaana Shunvannotivistidasadanam Mahaganapataye Namaha. Prano Devi Saraswati Vadevirvadinivati Dinama Vitrayato Vagdevyai Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jata Vedase Sunavamaso Mamarati Yato Nidahati Vedaha Sanah Parshadati Durgani Vishwanameva Sindunduritatyagnih Tam Agnivarnam Tapasa Jvalantim Vairochanim Karma Phaleshu Justa Durgam Devi Gum Sharanamaham Prapadye Sutarasi Tarase Namaha Agne Tvam Parayanavyo Asman Swasti Bhirati Durgani Vishwa Pushpa Prithvi Bahulana Urvi Bhavatoka Yatanayaya Shayo Vishwanino Durgaha Jata Vedasindunanava Duritati Parshi Agne Atrivan Manasa Granano Svakam Bhotya Vitatanuna Vritanaditagum Sahamana Mugramagdigum Huvema Paramatsadastat Sanah Parshadati Durgani Vishwan Jave Devo Adiduritati Jagnihi Ratnoshikamiryo Advareshu Sanachaho Tanavyasya Satsi Swancha Agne Tanuam Pitraya Swabhyanta Saubhagamaya Jasva Gobirjushamayijo Nishiktantave Endra Vishnu Ranusancharema Nakasya Prishtamabhi Sambasano Vaishnavil Lokaihamarayanta Om Katyayanaya Vidmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durgi Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Kirtanarpanamastu. start with a group prayer. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam yena characharam Tatpadam darshitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka janma samprapta karma bandha vidahine Atma Gnana Pradhanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannata Shri Jagannatha Madguru Shri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadrusham Tattvamathyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavaditam Triguna-rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami Sadgurum Tam Namami. Just this is next to the lead and follow. So just follow me. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Pahi Mam.
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 Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Raksha 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 Mam.
Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Pahi 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 Mam.
Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri
गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां श्री गणेश रक्ष मां जय गणेश पाहि मां जय गणेश पाहि मां श्री गणेश रक्ष 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 मां
Namavali, please follow after me. He Prema Rupa Sri Rama Krishna.
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 Karunamaya Palaya Maam.
Karunamaya Palaya Maam.
Karunalaya Palaya Maam.
Karunalaya Palaya Maam.
He Dina Bandhu Sri Sharadesha.
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 Mama Prana Priya Pahi Maam.
Mama Prana Priya Pahi Maam.
He Prema Rupa Sri Rama Krishna.
He Prema Rupa Sri Rama Krishna.
Karunamaya Palaya Maam.
Karunamaya Palaya Maam.
He Dina Bandhu Sri Sharadesha.
He Dina Bandhu Sri Sharadesha.
Mama Prana Priya Pahi Maam.
Mama Prana Priya पाहि माम्
मम प्राणप्रिय पाहि माम्
मम प्राणप्रिय पाहि माम्
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
करुणामय पालय माम्
करुणामय पालय माम्
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
करुणामय पालय माम्
करुणामय पालय माम्
हे दीन बंधु श्री शारदेश
हे दीन बंधु श्री शारदेश
मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि माम्
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 So one more Namavali, short one on Devi. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga. Repeat after me. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Durgati Nashini, Sannati, Sannati Dayini Ma. Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Jaya Durga, Jaya Durga, Durgati Nashini, Sannati Dayini Ma. Sannati Dayini Ma. Sannati Dayini Ma. sing the normal every time we sing, right? Together.
Yeah, Tavakatam.
Tavakatam.
Tamritam Saptajivanam Kavidiriditam Kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Krishna Govigradantaye Bhurida Jana Savakatamritam Saptajivanam Kaviviriditam Kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Krishna Bhuvigradantaye Bhurida Jana. Taking refuge in the holy feet of Sri Sarada Devi, Universal Mother, and Sri Ramakrishna, the teacher of the world, my humble salutations to them forever and ever. Kalyananam abhikalanidhi kapi karunya sima nitya modha nigama vachasa mauli mandhara mala sampad divya madhu vijayinah sannidattam sadame saisha devi shakala bhuvana prarthana kamadenu. May Divine Mother, the infinite source of all auspicious things, the ultimate abode of compassion, one who is glorified in the Vedas and Vedanta, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna, and the unique benefactor for all the worlds, always manifest before us. My humble salutations to you all. We always have a question, are we a right person for the right job or at right place? So that is a small story, how to determine whether we are right person. So once there was a king and he had two sons, and he appointed eminent scholars to teach the sons arts, science, technology, astrology, archery. So the king fell ill eventually, and he wanted to, hand over the kingdom to his sons. So before doing that, he wanted to know, out of two, which one would be best to rule the kingdom. So he wanted to give them a test. He wanted to test their abilities and capacities. So the king invited both sons and told them that he will give them a room to each, and they have to fill the room with something where there should not be any space left. So there is a task, and they should not depend upon anybody, and they should not seek any counsel with anyone to complete this task. So each one was given a room, and the task is to fill the room with something, whatever they feel. But there should not be any space in that. That is the task. So the king eventually, just was resting in his palace. Then after a day or so, he went to visit his first son and see what he did. So the first son said, Dad, Majesty, I have filled the room with hay. So he opened the room and he found that the room was full of hay and there was no space at all. Then he moved on to the second son and saw what he did. The second son room was closed. Then he went to the doorstep. Then he heard the noise from inside. Dad, Majesty, please come inside the room. So he opened the room and he entered the room, and the room was pitch dark. Then king couldn't even know where he was standing. And then he started yelling, hey, come on, where are you? I couldn't see you. Where am I? And all this. And immediately the second son, he light a candle. And the whole room was illuminated by the light without any space left. So this is the task given he gave to both of his sons. Then he understood that the second son is the wise man and he will be eligible for ruling this kingdom. So here, now we need to choose which son we are. Here the king is God. The first one filled with materials, the second one filled with knowledge, the divine knowledge. The light luminosity represents the knowledge of Brahman. And the first one filled his life with the material objects. Now, of course, the Lord chooses the second son to be eligible for his kingdom. So it is our choice whether we want to be a materialistic and try to please God, or should we illuminate ourselves by jnana bhakti vairagya to have the relationship with God. So this is our choice. Now the light here is Katamrita. We need to light that deepam or the candle in our heart so that it illuminates the entire life of ours, so that we build the relationship with Almighty or the God realization as per Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. So here Katamrita is the light. Now we are almost concluding our introduction, and we will be going soon towards the actual original text. I don't know how long it will take for us to complete, but we will try to do justice by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. So let us recapitulate the previous class and then go forward. So previously we understood, we completed, in fact, Sri Ramakrishna received the vision of Kali, and after that he became the disciple of 4 gurus, and then later he became the guru of those 4 gurus, and he corrected where they had a kind of a blemish or a defect in understanding about the Almighty or reality or Brahman. So that is the first thing we saw. The second, we were talking about the message of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which is divided in 3 aspects, that is Tattva, Hita and Purushartha. So Tattva means reality. The Gospel is going to teach us what is the nature of Brahman. And Sri Ramakrishna clearly says that Brahman has twofold characteristics. And he clearly says that Brahman has twofold natures. So Brahman, therefore, is like a being without form, and although abiding within all things, he is free from first nature is he is free from all imperfections, and second is he is endowed with all blessed qualities. Although he doesn't have form, since he is abiding in each and every one as the antaryami or inner soul, he gets that form of that of his pervasion or his inner soul act. So Sri Ramakrishna says in many of his statements that Brahman is both with attributes and without attributes. Now, how to understand this? With attributes means he has got certain specific forms, specific attributes. When you say without attributes means it doesn't mean that there is no attributes. He has got a form which is non-corporeal. Non-corporeal means there is no material aspects in Brahman. And he also has the material aspects. Like we say, he has got this particular form. He has this gun, this perfume, smell, this color, all these things we relate. Like in the form of Krishna, in the form of Rama, or Christ, or Buddha, etc. So, and also he says that Brahman is without form and with form. For example, when you take fire, fire as such has no form. The fire gets the form when it is in conjunction with an object. Suppose if it is burning on a table, then the form of the fire will be like a triangle or a square. Or if it is burning a ball, then the form of the fire will be like a circle. But as such, the Brahman, the fire has no form. So Brahman is also, as such, doesn't have a form, but when he gets in contact with us as an inner soul, then that form is also Brahman. That is why we say, Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. Each one of us are directly Brahman because he is the inner soul of all of us. And same Brahman is the inner soul of this entire universe. If you ask what universe this form is, nobody can say. So that is his transcendental aspect, and each one of us in us is a inner soul, not only within the objects, the living beings, and also the non-living beings. So with form is that he has a form with karma by his own will for the sake of devotees like Krishna, Rama. So he has taken that form with his own will. And when there is no karma, actually he doesn't have any karma. When it comes to that, then his form is formless. So, and in gospel we see that Brahman is both Nitya and Leela. Both are real. That is transcendental form as the one holistic form, and also specific Leela form, like wherever play, Leela is play. So that is called immanent aspect of Brahman. That also, as both are real as per Sri Ramakrishna's teaching. So in Brahma Sutra, there is an adhikarana called Ubhaya Linga Adhikarana. Ubhaya Lingam means two characteristics. Ubhaya Lingam, two characteristics for Brahman. So there is a first sutra which says, Nastanata api parasyo Ubhaya Lingam sarvatrahi. The meaning is, wherever the Brahman is, Brahman is everywhere. But if you specifically say that he is here, he is there, he is not, he is there, if you specify, yes, he is there. I don't want to say Brahman is he or she or it. It can be any, you can use any pronoun for Brahman. So wherever he is, he has got these twofold characteristics. Now that is accepted by all Vedanta Acharyas except Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya denies the twofold characteristics of Brahman. In his Sutra Bhashya, in his commentary, he clearly says that Sutrakara denies the twofold characteristics. According to Shankaracharya, the highest Brahman is absolutely attributeless. Now, the Saguna Brahman, all the incarnations are only meant for the sake of upasana, and ultimately those are all illusion or unreal. He clearly says that in his Sutra Bhashya. Now, this is the a brief thing about reality. The second is Hita. I said three: Tattva, Hita, and Purushartha. Hita is Tattva I have completed. That is the nature of the Brahman. Second is Hita, means to attain Brahman. We are all aspirants. What is the means to attain him? So, removal of attachment is the means. That is what Sri Ramakrishna says as renunciation. So, troubled thoughts coming to us is absolutely out of control. But we have every right. We have every right to expel that. Expulsion is within our control. So thinking all the time about the material enjoyments, material subjects, that means we are allowing the water to enter our boat. The Ramakrishna says, we will be reading in the Gospel, that the water should not be in the boat. The boat should be on the water. So if we are all the time thinking about material acquisition and material enjoyment, attachment, that means we are slowly allowing the water to enter into our boat. So what happens then? It is going to sink. Like that the first son filling the hay inside the his room. The same way, if we are having this thought, that means we are completely filling this material thoughts into our boat. That is, water is going to enter the boat, and the boat is going to sink. It is not going to go anywhere. It is going to completely drown, and we don't move forward. So, how to prevent this? Sri Ramakrishna says devotion, chanting of name of God. Third is holy company, then solitariness and meditation, and being instrument of Lord. This is a stages which comes. That is, it is very, very clear in the life of Mirabai. The Saint Mira first saw Krishna in idol form. She loved Krishna. That is the stage of development. Second, she understood that Krishna is the inner soul of each and every one. Then she sought the holy company. And she was all the time with the holy company and chanting the name of God. Then she further moved up to the ladder and saw that incarnation, that Krishna is a real incarnation. Then she started accepting the Krishna's life and started writing hymns. Solitariness. She wanted to spend lots of time thinking about God and writing hymns, poems. And then further up, she moved that it is the whole world is created out of Krishna. Then she was absolutely meditating all the time because her existence itself is from Krishna. Then she meditated all the time. Then Further, it's a transcendental realm where she absolutely surrendered her I and mine and kept the ego as a servant ego, as the highest level of understanding, the transcendental understanding between the individual soul and the supreme soul. So she completely lost her identity, and there is no I and mine. Everything is Krishna. She herself is Krishna, and she belongs to Krishna. She breathed Krishna, and we all know that she just vanished in the Dwaraka sthana or place. So the developed uh, uh, attachment towards God by practicing detachment of the worldliness, by declaring the worldliness as a mere illusion. This is the cardinal message of Sri Ramakrishna in terms of means to attain Brahman. Now comes the third one, Purushartha. So what are we going to gain when we attain God? Scripture states that bliss is Brahman. He is full of bliss. And Anando Brahmeti Vejanat. It's in Taittiriya Upanishad. Anandet eva kalu imani bhutani jayante. Anandena jivanti. Anandena jathani jivanti. Then Anandam prayanti abhisham vishanti. So the end here, the Brahman is equated as bliss, not just happiness. And that bliss is always available to us. We need not to do any, it is not out of an action. The moment we think about Brahman, we get bliss. So there's that need not to come out of sudden action. Like I did this, I got that. If I don't do this, I will not get that. It is Brahman is not something like that. It is just moment we think, we get the bliss. So example is, suppose a father lost his son many years ago, and somebody says, oh, your son is alive. And after some 20-25 years, someone says, I saw your son, he is alive. Immediately he has not seen his son, but he feels so much happy. So I'm happy my son is there. And somebody tells to the son that your father is alive, then immediately the son feels absolute happiness too. So Brahman is like that. The moment we think about that Brahman, he gives us the happiness. That's bliss. So that is the Purushartha we get when we think about Brahman. He is the highest investment we can do in our life. But most of us very busy in our lower investment games. So one has to move from Jnani to Vijnani. That Sri Ramakrishna clearly says that. That is moving from transcendental to immanent, and immanent to transcendental. That eligibility the Jivatma has to get as a Purushartha. And aspirant should grow from one level to another level. That is, Jnani first discard this world as an illusion. Then the Vijnani later accepts this world, living beings, and matter are distinct, infinite, and inseparable, forming one integral unity within the Brahman, like the ocean, fish, and non-living beings as one unity, and Sri Ramakrishna says it as a bell fruit. Now with this, I have completed the introduction of the gospel. Of course, there are many things to understand. here, the next what I want to introduce here is, we will see in brief the life history of the author, the recorder of the gospel. So that is, who is the recorder of the gospel? Mahendranath Gupta. So we call him pet as M. Sri Ma, or we call him as the Master Mahashaya. Now we will just, please sit. We will just see his life in brief, how he had connection with Sri Ramakrishna, and it is very, very interesting why he was chosen. Many people came to Sri Ram, met why he was chosen. So we will see all these things. And in fact, I was thinking many times why this Mahendranath was chosen for recording and doing this magnanimous work of giving this eternal bliss text to us. So I might be wrong, but I'm just want to honestly share what I got, and this I was probing within myself and questioning Sri Ramakrishna, and I'm sure he revealed this to me, and I'm just sharing that to you. Of course, I have taken these facts from our Chaitananandaji's book, because since this is being recorded, I want to give all the pramanas or evidences or testimonies. It's not just my figment of my imagination. So he was born in Kolkata in his ancestral home. It is Shivnarin Das Lane on 14th July 1854. So when was Sri Ramakrishna born?
36.
Yeah. So the day is February 19th, 1836. And he was born on July 14th, 1854. And his name was Mahendranath Gupta. Now his parents is Madhusudana Gupta. That is, his father name is Madhusudana Gupta. And his mother's name is Swaranamayi Devi. Now, look, please let us observe the name's significance. Even why did in Srimad Bhagavatam, why Devaki was chosen? Directly, Krishna could have born in, of course, there was some vrata that has been absorbed. Vrata means some verbs Bhagavan took. But Devaki is chosen as a mother of Krishna. Why? Because she was, in previous birth, she was Aditi. Aditi was the wife of Kashyapa Muni. And she is the mother of the Devas. All the celestials, she was the mother. And Kashyapa himself was reborn as the Vasudeva. It is evident in the Harivamsa scripture. Now, Aditi was born as Devaki, and the name Devaki itself is the abode of Devas. Already the abode is purified. We cannot place the God anywhere we like. Abode we need to clean the place for the God to be installed. So her name itself suggests that she is an abode of Devas. Then Vasudeva. Vasudeva means, Vasu means all the assets and possessions, the entirety. So the world cannot exist without Bhagavan. So we need world, and that place and we need a place where it should be clean for him to descend. Same way, if you look at Madhusudana Gupta, who is Madhusudana? How did Krishna got the name Madhusudana? He killed the demon called Madhu. That is Madhu and Kaitava. So were the two demons who was killed by Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, with the Sudarshana Chakra. Sudarshana Chakra, what is the purpose of Sudarshana Chakra? to help the devotees. So Mahendranath Gupta's father concept is to help devotees. And Sudarshan, the moment somebody is helping devotees, he is deemed or called as precious. A very punyavan or a person who is very precious. So his mother's name is Swaranamai. The precious among the metals is gold. So the father is a person who is doing service to the devotees, and he gets the preciousness as a Shakti, as his wife, and both of them gave birth to Mahendranath Gupta. So what is the meaning of Mahendranath? Maha Indra. So Indra is, who is Indra there? Indra is the lord of the celestials. And what does he hold? Vajrayuda. So what is the purpose of the Vajrayuda? Rigveda says Vajrayuda connects the physical world and the spiritual world. Mahendranath Gupta is the person who is going to connect the material world and the spiritual world. His name itself is like that. And not only that, this Vajrayuda is used to destroy two things. What are the two things? Desires and the attachment. Sri Ramakrishna says, Kama and Kanchana. So Kama and Kanchana, it's a Vajrayuda is going to connect the spiritual world and the material world, and also going to destroy the lust and desire. So Sri Ramakrishna used Mahendranath Gupta, who is the Vajrayuda of Sri Ramakrishna, who is going to be used to create this Kathamrita, which is going to destroy our Kama and Kanchana. Look at the name also, is perfectly suiting the that entire story, the Leela. And you see, Kama is the common problem of all our religion. Whichever religion you take, Kama is the common problem. So Kama lust has to be controlled. All religion says that. So this Kathamrita is just not only for the Hindu people. It is for universally. Everybody has the right on this book. So there is Sarva Mata Samanvaya is also established through this composition. So he was born as a third child of his parents. His parent has had 8 children. So 4 girl and 4 boys, and he was a third child. And his mother, he was very attached with Swaranamai Devi, and Swaranamai, not Devi, Swaranamai, and he lost his mother at his young age, and this created a deep void in his life, and that made him very disconsolate. And once his mother appeared in his dream and told him that, see, my son, don't think I'm not physically present here. I am there all the time with you. So please progress in life. In fact, later Mahendranath Gupta reiterated, saying that it is Divine Mother who came as his own mother, and he was guiding him in all his life. So let us see his childhood and his education. He was very pious boy, and he used to visit Siddheshwari Kali temple in Tanzania. It is there even today. I don't know how many of you have visited. Even today it is there. So he used to go in front, in presence of the deity. That deity is so big, It's a very beautiful, Mother Kali is very beautiful there. And that the mother's sculpture used to evoke a kind of extraordinary fervor in him. And he used to bow down to the deity with great veneration and totally absorbed in the devotion with tears in his eyes. So Mahendranath Gupta was a very precocious boy. That means that he used to learn everything very quickly. So he completed his schoolings, and then he graduated in Presidency College in our Kolkata. And then at the age of 7, or I think 7th grade, not age, 7th grade, he had developed the habit of recording, the diary recording. So nowadays, I don't think so any of us do, because everything is YouTube, we record everything, keep it. Because this habit of him, keeping records, writing diary every night, gave birth to the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna later. Because later we will see when he was after meeting Ramakrishna, he was not able to meet him every day because he was very busy in his teaching job. So we all forget easily. So he records every single word Sri Ramakrishna uttered in his diary. So this diary, whatever he recorded, that composition is completed as this, gave birth to the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And of course, he did not write as per his own imagination. No. He says that later we will see that when we supposedly, I don't know how is the time. Now later, after completing his education, marriage, he got married to a lady called Nikunja Devi. So what is the meaning of Nikunja? Nikunja Devi, we already saw his name, Mahendranath Gupta. The Tatparya, the philosophy behind that name is the meeting place of, he is going to connect the spiritual world and the physical world. And he is like a Vajrayuda, thunderbolt. Vajra means thunderbolt, who is going to pierce and kill the desire and attachment. That is Kama and Kanchana, lust and gold. Now, after that, you need a place to meet God. After our lust and desire is gone, what is the next? Is the place to meet God. Nikunja means a place to meet God. The place to meet Lord is Nikunja. So look at, everything is so perfect. Now, why I'm saying is Sri Ramakrishna is very, very particular. Maybe it is the trait or characteristics of Brahman. When he takes an avatara, he wants each and every step should be connected and meaningful. This happened even in Swamiji's life. When Swamiji came to USA, he had an address given by Professor Wright to meet such person in Chicago. So when he arrived in Chicago, he lost the address. It is really unbelievable for anybody. A person like Swamiji, who has a profound, astounding memory, could just forget the 3 or 4 lines of an address. What more? A door number, an address, a line of this lane or this boulevard, this avenue, and then there is a suburb. That's it. What more you need? So what is there for him to not remember this? Swamiji is a person who could read the entire encyclopedia and just say it, recite it in half an hour completely. So what is that he couldn't, forget it? Well, how could he forget that 4 lines? So this is also Sri Ramakrishna's play. Because Ramakrishna was very particular that wherever he is, his place should be connected with meaning and some sanctity. So we all know that how sanctity involves in Mahendranath Gupta's name, and how perfectly it is matching with his message delivery. Same way, Swamiji lost the address and he was meditating on the street, and he found Hail family. What is the meaning of hail? Hail and hearty. Hail means healthy and strong. So he wants that platform where Swamiji is going to sit, and what Swamiji is going to do is going to deliver is whose message? Is Guru's message to the world. So Ramakrishna wants to ensure that wherever he is, that place should be full of sanctity, healthy, glory, and he made sure all these things. So in Swamiji's life also, he purposely, Ramakrishna made him to forget. Otherwise, this Hale family would not have come to the picture at all. Sri Swamiji later declared that this Hale family is like their father Pope and mother Church. Hale means healthy and strong. So that is the platform where he sat on that and preached all his lectures. So, and Nikunja Devi was very related to this Keshav Chandra Sen, who was the founder of the Brahma Samaj. And of course, he had our Mahendranath Gupta had a close association with him. And he was employed as the headmaster of the Nerial High School. And then he became a professor in the Ripon College, and then he was teaching English literature, political economy, and moral science. All these he was teaching. Mahendranath Gupta had 7 children. He had 7 children, and he always had Keshav Chen as his ideal before meeting Sri Ramakrishna, because Keshav Chen was an extraordinary orator. He was a soul-stirring orator, and his pious disposition, his Catholic outlook, actually inspired many youths to be always influenced by his presence and his teachings. And of course, he was also one of that. And I'm not going to go into deep each and everything of his connection with Sri Ramakrishna. So few things what M wants to highlight about him, and these things are not available in Kathamrita, so I'm just telling beforehand before we go to the real text. First, Sri Ramakrishna M records 3 things which Sri Ramakrishna taught. 3 main things which Ramakrishna taught. The first thing he said, always be charitable. Swamiji says the whole of life is giving. Nature will force you to give. So ever give willingly. Now again, charity means not that you have to distribute all your wealth. No. Even to your own children, start from your children. Give them good, maximum you can. Not to spoil them, but make them a productive children to the society. Second is have manliness, or you can say womanliness too. Sometimes he says you must scold somebody if that person is really not up to the standard, or really not doing some wrong things, of course you scold him. You hiss, but not bite. So in Kathamrita it will come. We have a story about, beautiful story about the brahmachari and the snake. We will be seeing it later. The third thing he says, if you find a person who is predominantly with evil tendencies, salute him and create distance from that person. God is there, but he's a tiger god. So we know that if you go near the tiger, what is going to happen? So he's a tiger god, but let us distance ourselves from that person and salute. Now, after this, Mahendranath Gupta states that Sri Ramakrishna had certain particulars about several things. Very difficult. First, Sri Ramakrishna wants cleanliness. We finished the first three. And second is how he wants certain things to be perfect, particular in many things. So I'm going to list the particulars, what he always emphasized. First is the cleanliness. So we have a beautiful Gita, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Saucham Arjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsacha Shariram Tapa Uchate. Beautiful sloka by Bhagavan, Lord, in 17th chapter, 14th sloka. Saucham, cleanliness. So when we have some devotion towards the elders, or we do some puja, and if you meet wise person or any kind of spiritual leaders, we should observe cleanliness, simplicity, celibacy, non-violence. These are all the austerities of the body. And there is another sloka, Tejas Sama Dhruti Saucham Adrogo Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Asurim Bhavanti Sampadam Devim Abhijatasya Bharata. So that comes in the 16th sloka, where he says that the divine qualities, what are the divine qualities to develop? That Saucham, cleanliness, is one important. That is, we have to be clean outside and also inside. Outside cleaning, we know, we take bath. Inside cleaning is chanting the holy name and thinking good thoughts. Second is, Sri Ramakrishna was particular on not to waste anything. One day, Mahendranath Gupta, Ramakrishna said, you cut lemon. So instead of cutting one lemon, he cut 6 lemons. He was in deep trouble. Then he said, you have wasted my devotees' money. My devotees' money should not be wasted. So he warned him not to do that. First is over cleanliness. Second is not to waste, don't waste anything. Third is that one should not wear torn or dirty clothes. So he finds that he wants, if anybody is wearing that, that means the Lakshmi, the goddess Lakshmi, will not stay with that person. So sometimes you will see our monks and our brahmacharis are completely neat. They will have perfect dress all the time on us. Then the fourth is 3 over. Fourth is he could not bear disorderliness. So where we take, we keep it exactly back at that place and keep everything in order. That was the fourth. The fifth, he said, always be a self-reliant person. Don't be dependent on anyone unnecessarily. And he says He encourages the spiritual aspirants to cook their own food even. And Sri Ramakrishna used to do. Most of the time he used to cook his own food. So I have seen all these things in Belur Math. All these 5 things strictly followed. Of course, cooking is not possible because we have almost 200, 300 sadhus in the Belur Math itself. Each one cooking their own food is not really a feasible thing. So that has been liberalized, of course, in the name of Sri Ramakrishna. So that has been waived. Otherwise, all the other things strictly be they want us to abide. Suppose sometimes our clothes are not kept neat, immediately the other swamis will will scold us, rebuke us. Why you have not washed your clothes properly? Why your clothes are wrinkled and not kept neat? So all these very important. So Ramakrishna's training to Mahendranath Gupta. He taught him how to meditate. He told him that you meditate on my rupa, my form. And he also taught him how to meditate a formless God. So he took him to a place, Bulgaria. There is a place called Bulgaria. There is a big fish. There's a pond, lake is there. Even now it is there. I have seen. If you go there, you will see a very big fish. Very stout, big fish you can see. Nobody, see, Bengal is famous for fish eating. But nobody catches fish in that lake. Because Sri Ramakrishna said that nobody should catch fish here because the fish is now is actually experiencing the Brahma Jnana here. So like fish happily swimming in the water. So you imagine that way. That is formless meditation. Like the bird which is freely flying like an eagle, golden eagle. You see it is freely, happily flying in this infinite sky. No hurdles. There's no traffic jam in the in the sky. Happily it is flying. So this he mentioned as the formless meditation. Then he also took him to all the places in the Panchavati where he attained all kinds of perfection through all paths. Because he wants every place, every vibration plays an important role in our life. So nothing should be discarded. Because later M is going to write this recordings and he should feel that vibration too, and nothing should be like nothing should be of his own imagination. So Sri Ramakrishna showed that Panchavati is also a kind of a tirtha or a very holy place. Then one day Sri Ramakrishna asked him to buy a shirt. Obviously, when our favorite person asks something, we immediately try to give him more than what he asked. So that is obvious for us because that's our love and affection we have. Same way, he also wanted to gift him more than what he asked. So he gave him 3 shirts instead of 1. Immediately he got scoldings. Said, I asked you 1. Why would you give me extra 2? So though it looks pretty, I don't need it. So keep it with you and I will take it when I need it again later. And our Mahendranath Gupta, he reminisced saying that what a renunciation this Thakur had. And he could not hoard anything. And his mind is always dwelling in divinity. Not even a little taint of materialness is there. Of course, he is avatara. That we have to remember. And another time, Sri Ramakrishna asked him to buy a carpet. So he told to him, see, I want carpet, but I want him to go and buy. He wants Mahendranath himself to go and buy. He doesn't want him to assign the job to his servant to buy the carpet. Why? Because this will help him to think all the time that he has done a service to a, to a holy person. That will help him to contemplate this service, and that will be like a living meditation for him. So each and every act is converted into a spiritual exercise. That is the significance of this. And later in Kashipur garden also, when he was sick, he asked Mahendranath Gupta to buy a stone bowl. And he told him what to eat, what not. The master used to say, eat little rice and spinach and chant the name of God. A spiritual aspirant needs only that much. Like in our language, we say anna and soppu, that like that, kirai in Tamil. So sadam and kirai, just rice and spinach, a simple food. No need to have fish, meat, sweets, and all hi-fi kind of food every day. And he said this aspirant must focus on the spiritual sadhana rather than on this relishing these kinds of food every time, all time. And he encouraged people to eat more during lunchtime. Like he said, like a cannon which has been loaded with a gunpowder. You should eat like that. The lunch is full stomach. So in our order, Sri Ramakrishna said, eat lunch full stomach. Swamiji says, eat breakfast full stomach. Then Holy Mother says, eat dinner full stomach. So what can we do? Tell me. So all the 3 times eat full. And where is the time for us to do sadhana? So ultimately we surrender to Sri Ramakrishna. See, we can't do sadhana, you please do for us. He outsourced that to him. Actually, that is not the meaning. So it is just giving flexibility to the aspirants. Some don't want to eat lunch full. Some don't want to eat dinner full. So those people can eat breakfast. Actually, 1 meal, full stomach. That is what it means. So you choose your meal. You should think it that way, but not the other way of eating full stomach all the 3 times. So this is the few messages Sri Ramakrishna informed or shared or trained our Mahendranath Gupta. About this book, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, there is a British figurative painter. His name is Francis Bacon. He writes this. I'll read that. Some books are to be tasted, others are to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. He said the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is one book which, whether you want to taste it or swallow it, you will end up with chewing and digesting it. So that is the credential he gives when we read Sri Ramakrishna, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So what is the benefit we get out of this reading this Purushartha? Because we have developed in the philosophy, we have understood in philosophical way, but this is more like a material understanding. So which happened in his life, Mahendranath Gupta's life. He was suffering. How he met Sri Ramakrishna? What was the situation? That is a very interesting thing which we will go as we start. because the gospel starts at the year of 1882, February. And for 4 years it went. 1886 it completes. So literally Sri Ramakrishna attained Samadhi at that year, 1886. He was born in 1836 and he left the mortal body in 1886, exactly 50 years. So the gospel recording starts at 1882. Only 4 years, this entire collection. So Sri Ramakrishna collected all his sadhana and made him as the instrument, because he is Vajra, he is a Vajrayuda, and his Shakti is a place to meet the God, that is Nikunja Devi. So with these two personalities, he delivered his message in form of text to us. So let us just go through this quickly as we are running out of time. So he was suffering with financial problem, Yam, and we call him as Yam. In our English book, it is Yam or Srima. That is what we say in our traditionally. So he had some disputes with his wife and children. So he had a very gloomy night and gloomy face. He left and he just left his family and he was walking and he wanted to give up his life. So he stayed in his sister's house for a night, that night, and his nephew, his name is Siddheshwar.
Nikunja Devi follows him. And then they both meet and then they go to their relative home.
See, as we are running out of time, I'm trying to, because there are other things also. So
he comes.
He was filled with utter despair and despondency, and he wanted to give up his life. So he accommodated himself in his sister's house, which is in Baranagar. Baranagar means Varahanagar. Varahanagar in the Bengali it is called as Baranagar. Varahanagar is the correct pronunciation of that. So he stays, and his nephew's name is Siddheshwar. See, his favorite god was Siddheshwari, and that is Tantania Kali. And the same personality in the form of a boy, Siddheshwar, accompanies him to Sri Ramakrishna. And there, the moment he saw Sri Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar, he found Ramakrishna is like a Sukadeva, just pouring the nectar of the Srimad Bhagavata. That is his advices to the aspirants. And his nectar words were like a magical influence on him. And Sri Ramakrishna was talking at that time, God forbid, why should you take leave of this world? Do you not feel that you are blessed by the Guru's grace? All these words he was talking to him later. Then he felt that it is a mere stupidity to commit suicide, and he gave up the resolve to give up his body. That is one incident. And the second incident is because these words of Sri Ramakrishna, which later going to be a part in the Katamrita or Gospel, that words have saved the life of this man, Mahendranath Gupta. There's another great personality, Purna Chandra Ghosh. He was also a young man, a householder disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. He was also declared as a Ishvara Koti or Nitya Siddha by Sri Ramakrishna.
At that time, he was just a young boy.
Young boy. He also had a very a close personality to like Swami Vivekananda. So he wanted to commit suicide because of some family issues. See, all these are negative thoughts. What to do? he wanted to commit suicide, but he wants to first take bath and offer his obeisance to Sri Ramakrishna and then die. So he did the same. And then suddenly he thought, like, let me read some lines from Kathamrita. And so that when he dies, he will go to heaven. So he has a belief like that. So he opened the book randomly. As he opened the book randomly, he finds the statement. That is statement about himself. Statement about himself. Purna is a young devotee. And Sri Ramakrishna is thinking of his welfare. This is the lines he reads about himself in that book. Then he felt, what? Sri Ramakrishna is thinking about my welfare. Then why should I give up my life? So let me not give up my life. And he absolutely gave up that resolution of, giving, dying, or giving up the body. This is the second incident. And third incident is also similar to this, which has happened in Kerala. It happened in an aristocratic family. One prince there who wanted to give up his life. So at that time, that prince had connection with our center in Trivandrum. Alan, did you visit Trivandrum this time? No. So in Trivandrum, we have a center, and this prince used to go and meet our Swamis there. And our Swamis advised him to read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. That time, I don't know whether it was translated to Malayalam or whether it was there in English. So what he read, I don't know. So as he read the Gospel, he changed his mind of giving up or ending his life. So this way, we are running out of time. So we will stop here. So next class, I will just go through the feedback about Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. So the various feedbacks we got, that is from Swami Brahmananda, that is Raja Maharaj, and what Swamiji told about Kathamrita, and what our Holy Mother told about Kathamrita, and Swami Shivananda Mahapurush Maharaj, what he said, and what the Mahendranath Gupta himself says, that in fact, Sri Ramakrishna himself amends many things so that it is correct and accurate delivery of message to the world. So all these things we will see next gathering. A small change is there. Next gathering will not be on Wednesday, it will be on Thursday. Because on Wednesday we have a general body meeting.
Okay.
So we will keep it on Thursday or Tuesday, whichever is feasible. So we will keep it that way. And since we are nearing Durga Puja, Navaratri has started. So I will briefly touch about the glory of the Devi Mahatmya. So what that book says, and then we will go into the reading of the Gospel. So with this I conclude. Mangalam Desikendraya Eminam Chakravartine Parashakti Swarupinye Devyai Matre Cha Mangalam Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Samasta San Mangalani Bhavantu. Let all people be happy, and let auspiciousness prevail in all of us. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Swami. Thank you.
गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। ये दिन देवगत जन ये शुभ दिन देवगत जन। गाओ गाओ राम कृष्ण नाम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेम। राम कृष्ण नामे राम कृष्ण प्रेम। धर धाम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। हरि दे भूपाल प्रेम अवतार। प्रभु रे भूपाल प्रेम अवतार। प्रभु राम कृष्ण गुणधाम। गाओ रे
जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम। जय राम जय कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। जय राम जय कृष्ण विश्व गुरु राम कृष्ण। एकाधारे श्याम शिव श्याम। गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम।
गाओ रे जय जय राम कृष्ण नाम।
जय
श्री गुरु महाराज जी
जय।
जय।
जय श्री महामाई की
जय
जय। श्री स्वामी महाराज की जय। श्री श्री दुर्गा माई की।
Thank you everyone for joining online. We end the meeting.
Thank you everybody. Thank you, Swami.